The DJ Roundtable Show is live. It's the DJ Roundtable Show. Tell another DJ about the show. Please
It is Tuesday night. It is 8 o'clock. Do you know where your DJ's at? I know where I'm at. I'm here with you. Yes, it's Buddy Mueller, host of the DJ Roundtable Show. And the reason why I'm saying that is because some people, I don't know, they can't say my last name right or what, but it's common German name. But my name's Buddy Mueller, host of the DJ Roundtable Show. And as well as I have some other great DJs here tonight. Joe is back after a little hiatus. Always great to see another California DJ. Hopefully we'll have our resident California DJ in a little bit if he didn't fall asleep. I know he's running ragged. We're missing a few DJs. Again, we have DJs on vacation, DJs doing things with family, DJs doing gigs. So as always, it's always great to have the people who are here. I always appreciate it. And I appreciate also the other DJs who come on to the show and give their 2 cents. And I appreciate you out there watching the show. Without you as viewers watching this, it wouldn't be a show. It would just be a bunch of guys telling stuff to the wind. And I'm glad that hear that a lot of stuff, a lot of information we give out there, it's helping other DJs out. And it's helping to basically, I don't know, make things better for people, and make informed decisions on purchases and spending your money wisely and helping you with situations. And that's what the show is about. If you're over here on Twitch, watching this on Twitch, first thing first, thank you so much for being out here on Twitch, watching it live. If you're in Twitch and you're watching this live, like right now, this very second, I'm monitoring the chat as always, looking for people to say hi and stuff and to tweet and talk and say things, as well as if you're watching it over on YouTube, where we watched a replay on this. We replay this on Wednesdays at 12 noon. I try to get it out there about then. So first thing first, please, if you are part of the 73.9% of people not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, help me slay that beast, always known as the YouTube algorithms, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the thumbs up bell icon. Make sure you hit the bell icon so you know what's coming on when we're coming on. And as always, please share with another DJ. Put a comment down below. Say something. Joe just said something last week for last week's show, which I appreciate. And that's the thing, is that it is a community for everyone to enjoy themselves, have fun talking, chatting, and saying things. So please make sure you're part of that community and say stuff all the time. We appreciate. I see DJ Crossfire's in there, not DJ Fire. That's Nathan. He's not there. DJ Crossfire, see you, sir. How you doing? Happy. He was in the U.S. Army. He's a U.S. Army vet, and happy anniversary to the United States Army and their anniversary as a veteran of the United States Army. Thank you, sir, for your service. He's also a Brit as well, and he is still loved by us. He's like my favorite Brit because his accent. I gotta get him on the show one of these days because his accent is just it's awesome because it's British and it's Southern. It's the best combination ever of an accent you can ever hear, and he's a cool dude too. And I see I see also let's see here. Nedwit, I see you. Thank you. I appreciate. Nah, it's a mess. Nah, your accent's cool, dude. I love it. As always, here's my exec producer. She came over to say hi. We might have some storms coming in later, but we'll have to see. The thing I always ask you guys again, like for sharing and stuff like that, helps out tremendously. To all the new subscribers on YouTube, thank you. I appreciate it. Make sure that you're telling other DJs about the show. And if you have questions, put it down below. That way we try to answer those questions, and maybe do a whole show about it. You never know. So a couple other shows also that are out there. First thing first, you have on Thursday nights, you have Cue It Up. Dwayne the Hitman with Mikey Mike, who's also usually in the chat a lot of times. He will have his show live on YouTube. They start at same time we do. They go for like 2 hours. I was on it last week, and we made it about 2 hours long. This week he has another one coming up. As always, he's the man in charge, and Mike is his wingman, helping him out. And of course, my other brother who has another show is Sean. He has the DJ Biz School. And with that right there, I know it's summer. He's been busy. He's been doing a lot of stuff during the weekdays, doing corporate events. So hopefully he'll get back in the swing, at least uploading a video every so often. And then in the fall, when it calms down, get some more. What was that, Shane? I mean,
Next
Sean?
week, new video next week.
There you go. You guys asked for a new video from him. He's got a new video coming up next week. And that's the important thing. We're all sharing our information, and hopefully helps you as a DJ. Again, better your situation, make more money, make more profit, work smarter, not harder. And also maybe it opens your mind up, go, hey, maybe I could do that too. And of course, Joe out in California with his great looking uplighting and his beautiful events. He always posts those pictures up there. He's got some great looking stuff. He still has some for sale. He has his console. Again, his link is down below. So he does have his console. If you want to have a step up on your competition, you want something that's going to separate you from other DJs, his console is the way to go. I see a couple guys putting videos up how they set up their stuff for a ceremony. Get in touch with Joe. He'll walk you through it. He'll show you tons of pictures of it. He's showing some of his background. It is an awesome product to deal with. Make sure you talk to him. Make sure you get your order on it. Awesome thing. He has not sponsored the show. This is not, I don't have one. He didn't send me one, for free or anything like that. If I buy one, I got to buy one myself. I got to put my own money on the line. The thing is that reason why I'm telling you it's awesome, because I keep looking at it. I keep telling Tracy, I'm like, I want to get one. She's like, you got to wait a little bit because of the fact that they're not cheap. But I want to look different than my competition. And here's one thing to think about. This is also for your business. Cheap stuff is not good. Good stuff is not cheap. And the reason why is that if you look at your business that way, if you are a lower price DJ and you feel you're worth more, charge more. I'm not going to tell you how much a market is. If your market is $500, why not be the $600 DJ? If someone's going to walk on you for $100, maybe they're not your client. Maybe they walk on you because of something else. If you're $1,000 DJ, and you're charging $1,100, whatever it is, charge a little bit more because you're worth it. The DJs who know more, the DJs who do the work and have those amazing setups will get paid much more. Don't forget, I have Chris in New York. I have Dwayne in Ohio. I have Sean in Georgia. And is one of those things that can really, really change things around. The other thing also, I was thinking about this. I was talking to a couple of my karaoke friends about that for karaoke. And they had some questions. I know New Picard, a.k.a. Kevin. He's a karaoke DJ as well. I know I talked to a couple other ones that he knows. And they didn't have any idea on it. But hopefully maybe we'll take a look at it and maybe get some ideas of it. But again, if you're looking for something that's great, portable, easy to deal with for ceremonies or a compact setup, Joe is the man who has that. Anyways, we're going to go on to the show after that commercial right there, that commercial break. And if you have a product you want to talk about on the show, something you're very passionate about, it's your product. We've had vendors on here before. We had the one guy who makes booths out there on the East Coast. We've had him on the show. And if you got something like that you are manufacturing, you're making, come on the show, talk about it. I have no problem with that. There's no sponsors here. I'm not asked for anything. I don't want any money. I don't want anything. I just want honest, good working products. And that's what we're after, is products that work for us as working DJs. And yeah, Crossfire, he is one of those crazy guys that has the full LED video booth that says like LED panels on all three sides. He spent a few bucks for that one, 11 grand. But it's what you invest in your business, you get out of your business. Why is he more money than the DJ down the street. That is why. That's the thing you have to look at. What you leap and what you pay for stuff will make you different from other DJs. So if you keep going, hey, I want to buy the cheapest this off of Temu, that's what you're going to have. With that said, let's go on with the show. I know you guys all deal with different places. And last week we talked about small confined spaces. I know it was another small confined space this past weekend. It was a room that would probably hold 170 people very, very well. They had over 200. They had probably closer to 210 or 220. They added extra tables. I was very compact. I couldn't spread out as much as I wanted to. I had a couple of people right in front of the one speaker, and they were not happy, especially with introductions and speeches. But there's nothing I could do, and I apologize. Unfortunately, you guys are right in the crosshairs. And, we always try to, make the best of a situation. But the one thing is that, which kind of was bad, the air conditioning was not working. So this was this past Saturday. The temperature here in Chicago was probably low 80s, partly sunny. So not a bad day. Outside the building at one time, Tracy told me it was like 81 degrees. Inside the building was 80 degrees with humidity because of all the people in there. The facility did get a hold of an HVAC guy. He did come out and start working on it. Air conditioning started kicked on. This was probably, I want to say 7 o'clock. And we started festivities. Cocktail started about 5. And needless to say, we were setting up and it was pretty warm. One thing I don't normally do, I wear dress shirts, long sleeve. I actually rolled the sleeve up a little bit on my each arm because my arms were actually, I'm a fat guy. I sweat. And I was sweating pretty good, being warm, being humid and everything like that. And it just sucks. But I want to ask you guys, how do you keep comfortable? This is a question for tonight. How do you guys keep comfortable in extreme temperatures? Too cold, too hot, too whatever. It's sunny in the room. Do you wear sunglasses? Do you, put a cover in a screen? If it's hot, do you set up a fan? And again, outdoor events are different. I'm talking inside and outdoors. So outdoor events, you may get away with a fan, but inside of an event center, when you have a gig going on, it could be a bar, it could be a wedding like I had this past weekend. It could be a lot of things. Yeah, a little fan. I have my ceiling fan on here. I'm in air conditioning. I'm at 72 degrees in my house. And it's let's see here. Right now in Chicago, it's 82. It was and then it went up to I want to say the low 90s today. So that's the thing, is that when you look at setting things up, and comfort is key, and you have to perform, how do you keep comfortable in an environment? Let's say it had no air conditioning, it went out. So I'm gonna actually go to Dwayne because I know he always talks about sometimes I catch him off guard, but I think this is an easy one for him because again, Dwayne is, because he's a teacher, he always likes to have a perfect plan for everything, and I don't fault him for that one bit. And that's why I always like hearing from him, and that's one of the many reasons why he's here. It's that thought process he puts into things, and when you're a DJ, you have to think about this, and you have to think about walk in a room. No air conditioning, or it's too sunny, or it's too this. How do you overcome those things when you go to a gig? How do you do that, Dwayne?
Just like Joe, I don't want to pull mine out. I have a little USB fan. Try to put it in front of me. I have that, or if it's too hot, if it's too cold, I usually have my little, try to put it in front. I got a little heater that I bring with me. Um, as far as the shade and all that, if I need, if you're talking about inside only,
No, inside or outside.
because outside you usually bring a tent if I need to. Um, and then as far as keep them comfortable, trying to have like drinks, keep hydrated, and that's pretty much it. Try to dress accordingly. So I normally wear a suit and shirt. If it's hot, if I can get away with wearing like a polo shirt, a nice polo shirt to stay warm, I'll do that. So if it's cold, if I can get away with wearing my suit and my turtlenecks, I like my turtlenecks, I'll wear that.
Now, here's the thing. Have you ever done a wedding or an event outside that your fingertips are getting cold and you're trying to
Uh,
grab and try
uh,
and turn knobs or sliders?
yep. We did an outside wedding. I think it was in October, late October, maybe early November, but I'm thinking it's late October. And it was one of those barn-like kind of events where the ceremony was kind of like outside, but we're like in a shelter, almost like a greenhouse, not exactly inside the barn, but it was on like one of those barn kind of facilities. And when the sun went down, it got cold. So I have gloves that like baseball gloves. So I have that on my fingers too. And then other than that, it's usually just keeping my hand if I'm not using my hand, keeping it down by the heat and then bringing it up as I need it. It brings back to the survival of when I was playing football. So you learn how to keep warm during those inclement weathers.
This is very true. What did you what position you played in football?
Mainly wide receiver, running back, and then safety corner.
See, I can see you as a wide receiver because you're a skinnier guy, so you'd be a fast guy versus the big
Hmm.
guys like me did the line.
Hmm.
You would run away from us.
Uh-huh.
You'd be like, yeah, my job was trying to get to the quarterback. Your job is to run away from the quarterback. I wasn't chasing after you. I was trying to get the
Uh-huh.
quarterback. So my job was trying to get through their line to get to the quarterback. So yeah,
Mhm.
you want big guys who knock and push people back, and that was my job when I played football is push people down. But and that's a long time ago, and I have a bad knee
Mhm.
because of it. So you gotta love that. But gloves are great, but sometimes you can't do things like let's say a tablet. Unless you have those
Mhm.
gloves that have the pad on it, you can't really touch it, and they're not really accurate either.
Mm-mm.
Because I run into
Workout,
that doing outdoor
workout gloves.
weddings with the tablet. Oh, the fingers cut off. Yeah, if you got a finger cut off, great. But
Gloves.
yeah, it's one of the things that with sometimes with the fingers, and when they get cold, you start pressing, you can't press that well because you can't really feel the tip of your finger that well. So it's a hard one. It's a hard one. So
Yeah,
Joe, I
but
know
then
you're in
you just
Cal.
say then you I was gonna say then you just adjust what you can do, like being doing it like a lot of finite stuff, you just have to keep it basic. But then that goes back to when I do the virtual DJ thing, because I'm so used to touching and turning knobs with the virtual DJ, you have the controllers, so you have to learn to be very precise. So,
Well, the other thing also is that this is why I'm a big supporter of mice, and this is why I'm a big supporter of stylists because when things don't work right, like touchpads, and you can't really feel it, or you can't really feel that when you're touching a tablet, it's very frustrating. You go press something and something not working. So having a stylus or having a mouse is it's very helpful. I know Matt does not like mice for computers, but again, I use mice all the time. Not everything's a laptop. Like my studio here, it's a huge tower next to me. So and then my next one will be another huge tower next to me. So I'm going to go to Joe, the other California DJ. Again, how do you keep comfortable in extreme temperatures inside of a venue or outside of a venue? How do you? I saw the fan you said you had before, but what happens? You walk into a room, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and guests arrive at like say 3 or 4, and it's 82 degrees, 83 degrees, and humid in there. What do you do? What's your steps? How do you go through it? How do you work through that to get things set up and set and then, get ready for the guests to come in and so perform?
That's a great question, buddy. Here in California, you kind of have to have your coat jacket on one hand and your bathing suit on the other. So you go from one extreme to another. You just don't know. But in a day inside a banquet room, when it becomes really hot, they don't have any air conditioning. Then I do take small fans with me, whether it's a small USB or a larger fan. I also make sure that my computers are well cooled. I have a device like this. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Where you can attach to the bottom of your computer, and it keeps it cold because that's an important factor, especially with electronics. You want to make sure that they stay cool as well. They don't shut down on you. It's important to stay hydrated. Get some ice. Have it with you. Just try to keep as cool as possible. A nice dress shirt if you know that it's going to be inside. You want to have a short sleeve. Because long sleeves, you're going to be sweating. Jacket's going to come off. Tie is going to come off. So you have to kind of be prepared. You almost have to have like 2 sets of clothes. One for the outdoors and one for the indoors. Because we just don't know. Did I answer the question for the indoors?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, when you go outdoors, you guys don't run into snow falling, which I've done actually ceremonies. Tracy and I have done ceremonies that snow has started to fall during the ceremony. So it's not like rain, which rain's bad enough. You don't want
You get a
rain,
lot of rain.
but just imagine nice light little snowflakes falling down from the sky onto your gear. And it starts, you're like, oh, okay, this is not good.
So you should also have a some type of umbrella system and or a small canopy that you can put over yourself. You want to take a heater. I always take these insect repellents for mosquitoes, and you've seen them. You kind of burn it on the side, keeps all the mosquitoes. You want to put maybe some lotion on your skin, your face. You don't burn up. A hat, because it can get brutal out there sometimes. You're working at sometimes 100, 105, possibly 110, but at least you want to stay as cool as possible outdoors.
And that's one of the things that, suntan lotion. Yes, I love Coppertone. They have a spray-on suntan lotion. When I used to, when I used to work outdoors, it's does have alcohol in it. It does. It's kind of funny. Your skin feels crunchy after it dries. It's like you feel like you feel like you basically your arm or your whatever's covered feels like fried chicken like on you. It's like you hear it crunching, but it's doing its job protecting you from being burned. I burn very easily. I have some Irish on my dad's side of the family, so my skin I'm either a very pale or a little bit of a color, or I get red very quickly, and I do not want to burn because it hurts. And I do not want to deal with that peeling, all the fun stuff with burning. But I know sometimes people they get the air movers. Would you go Home Depot, you buy the big air movers that has the big funnel on the bottom, and they pull a high volume air, and sometimes they put there at their desk or booth and blow it up toward them. And I've seen guys do that, especially for outdoor stuff. But it's hard, especially in your area, that if you're outdoors, and I know both you and Matt and a few other DJs who do California, a lot of venues are outdoors. One DJ I know, he said he hasn't been in an inside gig. They're all outside in vineyards and stuff like for about 9 of the 10 months had gigs. He had one gig inside. The rest of the gigs were outside, which is a good amount. I know Matt, he's done a lot of outdoor gigs. He just put a gig up on YouTube. That he was in a hangar. And he also did some fun stuff with his new LD system speakers. Nice gig log, sir. But how do you handle temperature? How do you handle either going into a venue that's really hot or you go into a venue that's really cold? How do
Me?
you keep yourself comfortable?
Me?
Yeah, you're Matt.
Well, if I'm gonna be outside and it's gonna be hot, I do have. I always bring this regardless, but I have like a USB-C fan rechargeable that just goes on my table. I don't like those big floor fans because all they're doing is sucking up all the dust and sorry, that's in the air.
Oh, come on.
They're sucking it all up and blowing it right at you. So
No.
those are big no. But I like my little tabletop fan. But I have a 8 by 8 foot white Easy Up with like a pointed top. And I like the 8 foot because it's just big enough to go around my booth and my setup, and then I could put the speakers on the side still. So I'll bring that if I'm gonna be outside and it's hot. But for cold, I actually have a like ceramic tower heater, like one of those rotating ones. So I have that because we do some stuff over in like Temecula, and it gets freezing cold there at night, in the winter and other places too. So they don't always think about the DJ when they're getting heaters, and so that way I always have this, and it keeps me nice and toasty. I do also have these USB-C rechargeable hand warmers that are fantastic. They last for 12 hours, so those are great too. And yeah, probably that. That's probably about it. Yeah, it's more the heat. The heat's more annoying than the cold. Because if you're dancing and you're having a drink or two, like you'll be okay. But when it's like 100 degrees and just brutally hot, like we hit 97 yesterday, and you know I wasn't DJing. Luckily Saturday wasn't that bad where I was, and we were inside. But it's yeah.
Well, I could tell you Saturday I had a couple of we had two of our employees with us. We knew we had to do a lot this past Saturday. So we had two employees plus Tracy plus myself. So there was four of us. And I asked one of the guys, hey, go by the bar and grab me a glass of ice. And he grabbed me a glass of ice. On the way there, I stopped at Burger King. I grabbed something to eat because you know you're gone all day. And I had, you know, one of their larger soft drinks and Coke Zero in it. And I had, you know, drank basically half of it down. And I'm like, it's warm. So I said, give me ice. I threw it in there. It lasted in the pop probably 15 minutes. The ice was melted.
Yeah, it's because you're calling it pop. If you called it soda, it would stay cold longer.
No, it's pop.
It's soda.
It's pop.
It's a soft drink.
It's
Get
pop.
it straight.
Pop.
You say soda here, people look at you weird, be like, you're not from here, are you?
It's a soft drink.
No, I'm from a place where normal people are from.
Well, yeah, we are normal.
You have a town called Normal, don't you?
Yes, we do. Down in Central Illinois, and they call it pop.
That's okay.
So
He's
people
next
in
to
normal
Hell,
call it
Michigan,
pop.
So yeah.
So normal people call it pop. So there you go.
Go old school and get a thermostat with some ice and water in there.
There you go.
Yeah.
We've got some chats going on here in the chat. They were talking before a little about Crossfire's booth. And see here, I want to catch up on it. See, New Picard Kevin says, yep, fans of various small sizes. Ryobi has a personal fan, and Cobalt has a misting fan that sits
Those are
on a
cool.
bucket. Yeah, I've seen that. The only bad thing is that water and electronics, you know how that goes. And I know the misting fan is not supposed to fog your equipment. You could probably put it away to get yourself, but then you're spraying yourself with water. And if it's already humid out, it's not going to do anything. Now, in a desert environment like California, where you know we have more very arid, then you can get away with that, and it'll actually cool you. Like Vegas and stuff like that, it has very low humidity, that cools you. But when you deal with high humidity, like you do over there, Kevin, that's not fun. Adrian E is in the house. Adrian was going on. Fred is here as well. What's going on, Fred? And just raw dog in the sun and fry it. Fry like hot dogs, I guess, you know. Matt used to use the heat because his dance floors are on. Matt is used to the heat because his dance floors are on fire.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go.
I don't have dance floors that look like buddies. I'm sorry.
I have dance floors. Again, they're not crammed.
No. They're just singing the whole song, all 3.5, 4 minutes of it.
That's
right.
right.
They are. They're fully entertained, baby.
That's
I can't
right.
do that. It
That's
makes me
right.
cringe every time. It's too long. That's too long.
People want to hear full songs over here.
No.
They're
Let me do a wedding over there. Let me do one of your weddings over there.
Sure,
do
come
my-
on.
Challenge accepted.
I wanna,
Right? That's a good one.
Come
I feel
on.
like all right. I want to
See,
test the
as
waters.
Crossberg says, same old, need to do more. And oh, I'm sorry. Buddy drinks RC Cola. Yes, this is true. RC is a good drink to have and very tasty, but also I'll drink Coke. I drink Coke Zero, mostly my poison. Women like me when my shirt is wet, according to Kevin. I'm very proud of you. Speaking of proud, we're going to have Sean here. Sean is very proud of the fact that he has his family back from school and stuff like that for the summer. So he is dealing with teenagers and college kids and so forth in his house. So he has a bunch of stuff going on. So he's making time to be here tonight, and I greatly appreciate it. Sean, how do you keep comfortable, especially going from Wisconsin down to Georgia, which you're kind of almost a neck of the woods of Crossfire, with that high heat, humidity, that southern heat that is just brutal?
Oh yeah. Our wedding this Saturday, it was 98 degrees out for the heat index. We were out on a peninsula on a some private property doing a wedding and not a drop of shade around, so we were cooking. I have clip-on fans that hook right up to my table or facade. I use wearable fans that'll kind of go around the neck with fan blades that'll blow up on you. I also have a floor fan that I'll put under the booth and have that blowing up on me. Don't really have to deal with the cold anymore down here, but up in Wisconsin, cold didn't really bother me. Maybe some hot hands, but I'm usually dancing around at the booth and stuff, moving enough where I'm not really affected by the cold.
See, like for me, it's not so much like my body; it's just the fingertips touching stuff, and that's where the cold hits me if I'm outside. I can't tell how many times, especially in the fall, we get outdoor weddings, and you're waiting for people to come out. You're doing the pre-ceremony music. No one's out there because it's too cold, and a lot of facilities they don't put heaters out. They're like, hey, just put your jacket on. It's fine. And even though you got a jacket on, it's not covering your fingers. So it's one of the things that's like, all right, get through it. But let me ask you this now again, because you are in both extremes. You're in Wisconsin, which you're like weather like me, cold and stuff, and like Dwayne and like Chris. And now you're in the heat, but also you have high humidity. Which one do you find more challenging? The cold? And again, you said you didn't have a problem with cold, but I'm talking about for your equipment, for setup, and so forth. Which do you find more challenging? Dealing cold and snowy, or dealing with hot and humid?
Hot and humid, definitely. Electronics do a lot better in the cold than they do the heat. Especially, we do a lot for photo booths down here. So a lot of our photo booths, they all run off iPads. iPads are notorious for overheating, even in the smallest amount of sun. So we have custom shades that go over the photo booths to protect them from the direct sunlight. But yeah, definitely sun, hot, heat, way worse on the electronics than the cold.
And that's one of the reasons why I use, I always try and keep stuff in shade, but when I use computers, I use gaming computers because they have huge cooling fans on them. So when you have a huge fan inside blowing air through it, it really does keep your core temperature down and keeps your memory and keeps everything cooler, including the battery. You're running on battery. Now, the batteries don't last as long. I can tell you that because you're running so much stuff on it. But they're beasts of computers. And that's the one thing that's the big advantage over like a smaller, thinner laptop is having that cooling capacity. Now, the smaller, thinner laptops, the batteries will last forever because they do more radiant cooling versus a thicker, heavier gaming laptop. There's always pros and cons. You have a smaller laptop that battery lasts forever and that, does amazing stuff, but overheats or can't compute certain things or can't do certain things. You have this beast of a computer that weighs 5 times as much, goes through your batteries in 20 minutes, even a brand new one. You got to keep it plugged in. So there's always pros and cons to everything out there. But also, I want to go back to Dwayne. Dwayne, since you're more or less the newest of the DJs here, uh, when you deal with temperatures, whether temperatures hot, cold, whatever, do you look at it differently now that you have your business versus when you just were a guest at a wedding or an event?
Um, no, I don't look at it different because I always dress for the weather. Because remember, I played sports and I was in the band, so I'm always dressing for the weather because we have to be out there, and a lot of times, I learned how to layer or take away because being a performer or in the band when you're wearing uniform, you can't get away with wearing a coat, or if it's raining or snowing, you can't wear what a normal person would wear. So basically my experience as a performer that's carried over to my DJ business. So when I started doing the DJ thing more on a regular basis, my behavior didn't change or my outlook didn't change because I always dressed that way.
And that's, that's one of the things that sometimes people who have not been in the industry, sometimes they don't look at it the same way. And again, I know you've been doing it for a while, but you have all of us, you've been the less amount of years than the rest of us. And again, you have different experience for everything, like everyone else has different experiences. Matt hasn't been in a situation where he's got to drive through 6 inches of snow to get to a gig on a day of, and the roads are not really plowed really well, and you're driving behind a salt truck to get to a gig. He hasn't done that, but he has a different world because he deals with, again, like Joe said, high heat. Matt said high heat, 100 degrees. So it's one of the things that they do think it's a different thoughts, different realm. And now, Sean, he sees that. He sees, he dealt with the snow up north. Now he deals with the high heat down south, and it's two different worlds, and you have to get ready for it. So I'm gonna go to Chris, who I guess I saved the best for last. Not only
Weatherman,
does
we get everything: extreme heat, extreme cold,
I know
all
you're
the humidity too sometimes. So
you guys are like just like Wisconsin. You guys are far enough north that
Yep.
you get the snow, and also you get the cold, but also you get the high heat too and humidity, just like we do here in Chicago. And do think we get colder than you do because I looked at the weather
Yes, you do.
reports and stuff like that.
Yes.
We get
Yep.
colder. Wisconsin gets colder. But the thing is that it's always fun. Now again, you have the foam parties, which you have to deal with a whole different realm there because you're dealing with water coming in and spraying foam, and you have people and kids running through it and so forth and so on. So they can kind of keep cool. But how do
Yeah.
you keep yourself cool? How do you keep your equipment cool when you're doing that? And if you had to do an event in a building or in a room that something was amiss and it was either too hot or too cold, how do you compensate for that?
Well, for outdoor events, for things keeping a little too hot, no one said about bringing a towel. Bring a small towel for yourself. Keep yourself, dry, and even if you get a chance, wet one of those wet towels, cooling towels. Get one of those, put that right around your neck. That'll keep you a little cooler in those hot outdoor events. And of course, I have the fan for my booth. Actually, the fan is underneath my table for that to keep me and my assistant cool. And we are always protected against the sun. As temperature drops, we get the dew point drop. That dew comes down just to keep everything muggy and just sticky. So we keep that off of us with the tent. You gotta have a tent when you're outdoors. No ifs, ands, or buts. That sun is brutal. The reflection off of anywhere. I've done events right on the riverfront. That breeze from that will whip you. You will get windburn. It's just as bad as a sunburn. So keep something to protect your direct skin from all that stuff.
Well,
as for the cold, I'll tell you, a heated vest, heated gloves if you're not going to be mixing or anything, but that's fine. But keep something warm with you in the colder nights. It'll save you that much more. Your extremities are the ones that suffer the most. So if you happen to have heated socks, electric socks, electric vest, long sleeves, wear layers. All right. You can always strip off a layer if you're too hot, but when you're too cold, what are you going to do? You got to put a layer back on if you have it.
And
Well, indoors.
we also deal with a lot of things, especially with weather. And again, I'm glad you brought up the cooling towels because I have one. And it comes with a plastic like tube, the one I have. Can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. And one of the things I do with it, if I know it's going to be warm out, have that. Of course, you put some water in there, but I put a couple ice cubes in it.
Yep.
And I do that right before I start using it. So put a couple ice cubes in it, let the ice cubes melt a little bit, but keep the ice cubes in that. And every so often, dip it back into the cold water, wring it out, make sure it's damp, and then put it on.
You don't want it dripping.
Yeah, you don't want it dripping because you don't want dripping on equipment. That would not be good. Oh, hey, cool, Andy. What's going on, man? You got Twitch affiliate today. Good for you. Great. That is awesome. If you haven't done so, we have another streamer in here. He does a lot with gaming and sports, but that is Mike James' son. If you haven't done so, go follow him on his Twitch channel. He's a great kid. Glad to have you here. Always honored by you stopping by here. And your dad was a very much a great person to have on the show. We do miss your dad. Fred, he was saying, I saw Fred say something. He said, the hot man D-Dub. And Chris looks like he's at a soccer goal. I guess with the trussing behind you and everything, all that. Yeah. But yes, that is very, very true. And congratulations to you, man. You very well deserve getting an affiliate today. Hopefully, maybe you can earn some nickels and dimes and pay back for all the hard work that you do. That would be really, really cool. I want to ask you guys, what is your beverage of choice when it's cold and when it's hot? And my beverage is always the same thing because I'm not a coffee drinker. So usually it's either a water where I add in some like flavor, like little squeeze bottles of flavoring, or Coke, hopefully not Pepsi, not Pepsi fan, but either water or pop. And yes, it's pop.
It's not pop, it's soda.
It's pop. It's pop. People look at you weird when you say that here.
Yeah, whatever. I like to drink if it's hot. I like coffee, so most of the weddings here have a late night coffee bar when it starts to. So I'll usually do some coffee, but
do you do iced coffee?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I'll go to the bar and ask for some ice if I'm because if I'm in the middle of DJing, I'm not gonna be and I need some caffeine, I'm not gonna be drinking hot coffee when I'm already half sweating from DJing. And then if it's hot out, I love a good beer, but not every venue will let you drink. But it's my company, and if I choose to drink alcohol at an event, that's my choice. So nobody at me on that.
Everyone down below starts spamming him. They should not.
Unless I sign some stupid paper that says vendors are not permitted to drink on property, I'm gonna have myself a drink.
Hennessy and
Just so you
Coke.
know, a vendor will also kick you out.
The
Some
what?
venues do not
vendor
allow.
has the
A
right
lot of
to kick
venues
you
don't
out.
allow people to.
Yeah,
drink
well, that's what I'm
either.
saying. If I sign a paper saying that I can't drink, okay, I won't drink. But if there's no paper and I go up to the bar and ask and they serve me, so they serve me. I don't care. It's my company. I do what I want. I want to be on the level of the guest. I DJ best after 2 shots of Fireball or a couple of vodka sodas. That I'm on fire.
There you go.
Got to be on their level. You feel the beat, you feel the music. The transitions are 10 times better. It's,
Also argue with people and play the same song over and over again. Oh, wait 1 second here.
Short
I heard that
fuse.
about drunk
I know
DJ.
how to
You're on
handle my
fire, you're gonna
alcohol.
light a fuse, buddy.
I know how to handle my alcohol.
Well, that's good.
And it's one of the things that I know some people go through, like Starbucks and stuff like that. Do you go through there's a different coffee chain that you go to by your neck of the woods in California? Do you get iced coffee then if it's a hot day going to the venue?
No, no, not usually. I usually eat like depends when I leave. Because if I leave and I go to the like pick up food on the way, I'll usually just have water. If I have like no, I don't usually drink. I usually drink coffee when I wake up. So I'll like wake up on gig day or any day and have coffee and breakfast. And that'll kind of get me going. But I don't usually have it like on the way to a gig. We
Okay.
don't.
Because I know some people who like iced coffee, they'll get it on the way to the gig, and I see them, like a florist or something like that, or a caterer. I'll see them with, Starbucks or Panera or whatever iced coffee. They're drinking iced coffee. Again, I don't drink coffee. I've just never gotten into it. But I want to see a quick show of hands. Who here would drink like a energy drink, like a Monster? Anybody here drink Monster or Red Bull? No, really? Wow, I'm the only one.
Yeah, I wait. I love Red Bull. I could drink that like water. I think Red Bull's the best tasting energy drink there is.
There you go. Look, give him
I
some
Absolutely
like
love
cold
it.
Red
Red
Bull,
Bull.
but I only drink it when I need to go out and drink. I don't drink it because I need energy. It's my choice of mixer.
Adrian E says energy drinks make you go to the bathroom. This is very true. It goes through you very quickly. It makes you go to the bathroom very quickly. But also drinking anything, and again, that's not a bad thing if you're warm drinking fluids and you have to go to the bathroom a few more times. If you can take a break and do that, run off real quick, and do your business to come back. It's not a bad thing because again, you're trying to keep yourself cool and flushing your system out with plenty of fluid. You're replacing the fluid that you're losing, and like sport drinks like Gatorade or something like that has electrolytes in it and salts that help replenish into your system. It makes you don't cramp the next day because I've run into it. I'm sure if your people here has run into it, is have some cramps the next day, like an arm or a toe or something like that. And that's because needle electrolytes. And Tracy, she will actually drink on the way home a Gatorade. She started doing that this year. So she at night where I'm driving, she's over drinking a little bottle of Gatorade because she can get her electrolytes back. Gatorade Zero. So, Chris, what about you? What's your drink of poison when you are warm, either at a gig or going to a gig, or what do you drink?
Water is the best thing. I mean, otherwise, if they happen to have a lemonade or an iced tea, sweetened iced tea, it's more choice of that. But cold water, I mean, if they don't have anything of that available, the clear soda, Sprite, just a little bit, ginger ale. I usually don't do the darker drinks for Coca-Cola or Pepsi. But yeah, I keep water. Even in the wintertime, you'd be surprised at how many people actually end up being actually dehydrated in the middle of winter. Drink water, you know.
I think a lot of
it's really
people
impactful.
I think a lot of people who drink at the wedding are dehydrated the next day too, because alcohol removes water out of your system.
Yep.
So you may be drinking a lot, but you're also going to the bathroom quite a bit, and that's removing a lot of salts and a lot of electrolytes out of your system. So the next day when you feel run down after having a fun time, start drinking Gatorade, start drinking your sport drinks. That'll help you balance you. And the other one I like to drink too, that I drink and I have when I get home, is actually one of my uh, cans of Liquid Death because it has electrolytes in it. Yep, Liquid Death. It has its flavor, agave nectar for electrolytes, and carbonation, carbonated water, and that's all it basically is in it. It's only a couple ingredients. It has electrolytes from the agave, so it's not as much like a sports drink, but it has some in there. But it gets you hydrated very quickly, and it's usually great flavor. The one I like, I'm actually drinking a lot, is called Dr. Death. Tastes like Dr. Pepper. So if you like
No, it
Dr.
doesn't.
Pepper,
No, it doesn't. Those are
yeah.
those taste just as bad as Olipop.
No, they
Yes,
don't.
they do. They're just soda water with a squirt of flavor. They're not
No, yeah,
sodas.
exactly. And
With
they have agave nectar, which adds a
They're better.
touch.
They're better than Olipop. They're just not. I tried one because they had samples at the grocery store, and
Puppy, right? You got that
Poppy,
soda
yeah,
out there.
I love
Poppy
Poppy.
is
Poppy's really
Poppy's
good.
good too. You know,
Poppy is
probiotics and that, but
There's a better
Poppy's
one
more for
called
selling your stomach too.
There's a better one called United Sodas of America They used to sell them at Sprouts, but they had some really unique flavors that were all delicious. But I haven't seen them anymore in like 6 months, 8 years, or 8 months.
They may not be making it anymore. New York Seltzer, that was always a good one too. I see it every so often. And then the root beer seltzer, they're sweetened, so they have I think high fructose corn syrup or cane sugar in it. But those seltzers right there, those are always good too, and they have flavor. But you don't see them as much as they were really big in the '90s, and then they went off the rail. But it's like anything, you know. So, Sean, what are you drinking down in Georgia? Are you drinking Long Island iced teas? Are you drinking Armor Palmers? Are you drinking basically open up a nearest tree stump and drinking swamp water out of it? What are you drinking?
So I bring a mixture with me. We're pretty strict about not drinking beverages from the event. We just like to kind of stay separated. Don't use the guest bar and stuff. So we bring coolers to our events. Usually I got a thermos of sweet tea with me, and then a couple Powerades, some waters, and some Dr. Pepper.
Tell me you're from Georgia without telling me you're from Georgia.
Sweet tea. No.
Big thing of sweet tea.
You can go make. I can go McDonald's right now and get sweet tea.
No,
Exactly.
that's
Go to
not the
Popeyes.
same.
Go to Popeyes and get their sweet tea.
Yeah, I can go to Popeyes get sweet tea.
Yeah, that or a Cane. Cane's has the best sweet tea.
Cane's does have good sweet tea. They put a lot of
I
sugar
agree
in
with you
there.
with that one. Yeah.
That's why it's so good.
I see. I don't like iced tea. My dad loved iced tea. He loved it when my mom made Lipton iced tea, Sun tea. So she would have the pitcher, the plastic pitcher, and she would put the tea bags in it and put it on the windowsill in the morning and let it sit there all day and let it seep all day long, and then take it out, and then she would add in the sugar and let it sit overnight, and then she would in the morning she would fresh squeeze lemons and put lemons in there. So it's fresh. My dad loved that. But he also liked the cans of Lipton iced tea, ice cold out of the refrigerator, or put them in the freezer for about 20 minutes or so right before he would drink it. He was out, out working or something in the backyard. And my mom would do that for him, and my dad loved that. So speaking of teas or drinks or sports drinks, what about you, Joe? What are you drinking over in California? Are you drinking like, going In-N-Out Burger, getting a milkshake, or what are you doing over there?
Well, sometimes before an event, we'll stop at maybe Jamba Juice and grab a juice, something with protein or whey, just to keep me cool. We will take probably maybe 6 to 10 bottles of water and maybe some powder supplement that we could pour in there just to kind of keep the energy. I think it's important to be hydrated because you're doing a lot of stuff. You're moving around. You're making a lot of, on the MC, you're talking a lot. So it's always good when you're talking to stay hydrated. If they'll allow me to have a drink or two, I didn't say this, but I love my Hennessy and Coke.
Or 6.
Uh,
I like to sample all the signature drinks because I'm like, well, I would love to know what I'm trying to get to know my couple more. So let me see what their flavor of alcohol is like.
But either that or I'll go to get a hot tea or coffee, just stay
Hennessy and Coke.
basically focused,
I didn't
so I don't fall asleep. But again, it just depends on the weather and whether you're inside or outside. But it's always a good idea to take some type of, I guess, container that you can put some ice and maybe some cold water, a bucket or something when you're going to be outdoors. But indoors is different animal.
Tracy does that. She brings her, she has a couple different of bottles, 40-ounce bottles. I have one as well. I want to say she got Amazon. They're really nice, insulated. You throw ice in there and water. One of the things I like when I know I'm going to have to have water more because I'm going to be hot. Again, this past week, I didn't know the air conditioner was not working. I was over ahead it when we went there. Is Liquid IV. It's a powder. We got off Amazon. There come packets, and you throw it in there. It's lemon lime flavored. Kind of makes a sport drink, but it's a little salty. Has a little natural salt in there, which is good. You don't want to drink like 4 or 5 of those packets. And I put in, I want to say it's either 32 or 40 ounce jug of water, insulated jug. And that right there helps out tremendously, especially for the next day. You're not running into cramping and running into problems with stuff. And that to me is another great thing to try is having some liquid IV. That's put down your list there. And New Picard says Poppy sucks.
New Picard can suck it.
Kevin,
They had some
I
good
guess
flavors, they do.
I guess Kevin, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Poppy, I'm like okay with it. It's like, eh.
There's a reason that they have it at Costco, Kevin. They don't put bad products at Costco. You know how hard it is to get your product into Costco? It's almost impossible. It's like 1 to 3% of products that apply get in.
Costco only wants to get stuff that's going to sell and make them money. They don't care about the quality. They care about the money making. Their own
Yeah.
product, they care about quality, like their hot dog or their bakery or their meats. But other products, they sell a lot of products that get recalls. Costco has, because they sell so much volume, they also have a lot of recalls too. You got you see that stuff there. You go to the Costco website and you remember, you see there's a recall for this, recall for that. That's because they go through so much product. They're a monster. Them and Buc-ee's, and Matt was at Buc-ee's. He enjoyed their brisket over there.
Loved Buc-ee's.
Yeah,
Buc-ee's is so overrated.
Oh,
see, Sean's like, nope. Matt's like, yes, this place is awesome.
for gas station brisket, that was top tier. No, that was good. It was just an experience too. Like it's so odd, like seeing something like that. Just how much branding they have.
That's what they're famous for. So, Dwayne, I'm going to go over to you next. I know you got Sheets by you, right?
Yeah.
Sheets. If you guys don't know Sheets, they are another powerhouse gas station. Not as big as Buc-ee's, but they are famous for their food. They have high quality food. Their sandwiches. Wawa is another one out east that's famous for their food. Sheets actually has drive-throughs at their stores. When I was in DC, I got to see a Sheets store because they're not here in Chicago. The store was packed, and they had a line through the drive-through that was crazy, and people were going in and out of the place. The place makes some really good money, and they have some great stuff. So, Dwayne, is that on your hit list to go to Sheets to get a sandwich or a burger or something?
They're only in Ohio.
No, they're not only Ohio.
They're only in Ohio.
They're over the East Coast. They're in Virginia. They're in
seven
all over the
states.
East Coast. They're huge.
They're only in 7 states.
Not in New York.
No, not yet. Not yet in New York.
Ain't coming here.
You got Wawa by you, Chris?
No.
No. That's another one that's like New Jersey and Phil and Pennsylvania stuff. Dwayne, do you go to Sheets? Do you go to anywhere and get stuff? What's your?
No, I'm pretty much a snacker. I usually get like the Power G fruit punch flavor, and then I have a handful of my Rice Krispie treats that I just snack on all day.
Yeah, they're in a very specific clumped section of states over there.
They keep expanding. They just expanded to Columbus. Last year they opened a bunch of stuff. They are still opening stores up in Columbus area. They're filtering out their whole state. And Kevin says that Costco too low for brow for me.
Damn.
And then he
Costco's
said
where
Sheets,
it's at.
2 hot dogs for $1. So Costco has their $1.50 for a pop and a hot dog. You know, and again, their hot dog is actually a really good quality hot dog. It would be
Stop, guys.
equal
You're making me
to-
hungry, and I already had dinner.
I'm gonna make you hungry again. Their hot dogs kind of equal to Vienna here, but they were actually, if I remember correctly, Natural Hebrew before, and you couldn't get the cost down, so they went to another company and made a similar product, not exactly the same product. It's similar. It's a kosher hot dog, but that hot dog right there they sell for $1.50, and the drink they lose money on every time. But that's a loss leader for them. They make so much money on the fee for joining them, and they sell so much stuff that they have no problem with that. Hopefully, maybe New Picard Kevin will do a video go into a Sheets, get 2 hot dogs for $1, and maybe go into Costco and get a hot dog and do a comparison. That may be a YouTube video come up from Kevin. You never know. So when you drink Gatorade Zero and stuff like that, and you're a snacker, you have your snacks. But if you're hot and stuff like that, do you get ice? Is there a drink you get at a venue, or do you try to bring ice-filled drinks, or what do you do?
No, I usually bring if I bring something other than that, I usually just bring little like the little fruit cups, like the either the Jello or the applesauce or pineapple kind of stuff. I usually snack and eat low. I'm used to it because I got food allergies, so I make sure I eat beforehand or have something that's going to get me over. If I have to stop, I usually stop and get like French fry or something from Burger King or whatever.
Have you tried the French fries from Steak and Shake? Because they changed the beef tallow. Same thing with Popeyes from Vegetable
Nope.
Shorty.
Yeah, I usually don't go to like the where around here. I usually don't go to like the Popeyes and the rallies and all that. I usually stay away from them. At least in my area.
Okay.
I stay away from you in my area too.
Mhm.
I would hang with you.
Oh, thanks.
I would
Yeah, I
hang
got
with
a little-
anyone here.
I got a little wait, how do I switch? Oh wait, I got a
Matt's
little
got Joe something.
I had to get the merch.
Well, yeah.
That's
Did you get
cute.
the beaver nuggets? Did you get the
Yes,
beaver
I did.
nuggets?
I did. I haven't opened them yet. I haven't opened
Oh
them
my
yet.
God, that's crack.
I haven't opened them yet.
I break it up. I buy them off of Amazon. There's no Buc-ee's here. There's a company
Yeah.
that sells 2 bags of them. They're not cheap. And I open a bag up and I break it up into like 5 little Ziploc bags. And I'll have like a Ziploc bag, and then I try to make it last for at least a week. You know, I don't need the extra calories.
You gotta try a White Castle. The White Castle little burgers, chicken sandwiches. Anytime I get down to New York City's closer, and get a White Castle.
Well, there's a White Castle for me 5 minutes away. I'm not, again, onions and me, no. My mom loved White
Yeah,
Castles.
you're-
I don't. I
onion
do like their
phobia
chicken
over there.
rings. Their chicken rings I do like. Dwayne, so what's your other snack you like to go for fast food really quickly?
Besides the fries and Five Guys.
Five Guys.
Five Guys hamburger.
Ugh,
Yeah.
no, that sucks.
Oh, I love Five Guys.
Fun.
They charge way too much money for garbage food.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is like there in California, but I can tell you here, they're not cheap, but they're really
The prices
good.
are absurd. Absurd.
It's a heart attack on a bun.
It's not even
Oh
good.
my God, the grease.
It's not even
Oh.
good.
It's natural
It's
fat.
just as
Actually,
bad as Wendy's came out with the Baconator, and then they had to make a junior version for little kids. Are you kidding me? Son of the Baconator?
but yeah, it's natural fats. It's actually good for you.
It's a great name though.
Son of a Baconator? Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
have
it's
do you guys
it's
have
meat.
do
It's
you
protein.
have do you have Jollibee out there?
No.
Yes.
This place?
Yep.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's
There's
phenomenal.
one.
It's Filipino,
6 minutes
but
away.
phenomenal. Yeah, phenomenal.
Joe, what do you? What's your quick grab at fast food? What's your go-to if you're going home?
Well, over here we have In-N-Out, or I'll go to a place called King Taco, grab some
Okay.
tacos. But for
Oh, King
snacks,
Taco's good.
Yo quiero
for
Taco
snacks,
Bell.
I'll go to Trader Joe's and buy the little mixed nuts, raisins and whatever, just to kind of snack on. Sometimes we get out late and it's just like 2 o'clock in the morning, nothing's open, so we just head home. But it's In-N-Out or King Taco.
In-N-Out open late?
They're open
145.
1 o'clock. Over in
Matt's
over
at
in,
145.
145 on the
145?
it's 145 on the weekends, 115 or 130 on weekdays.
Yeah.
Sometimes one.
It's an odd time, but they're kind of an odd company, and hopefully one day it'll come here, but we'll see.
Yeah.
The
You gotta have enough Jesus lovers over there. They're Jesus loving.
we love that. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Steak and Shake is here. They now on weekends open at 2 o'clock. So when I left the wedding on Saturday, and I was out in Rockford, there's a Steak and Shake right on US 20 before I hop on the tollway, and I got a couple hamburgers and a drink, and Tracy got a drink too because she was thirsty because again it was just so hot. But it's nice that got that. I didn't get any French fries. I just don't want French fries spilling over my van. Um, so a couple of hamburgers. They have the wrapper and stuff like that. Uh, Chris, what's your fast food joy that you love after a
I
gig?
love depends upon what I'm in the mood for. If it's burgers or if it's tacos. I mean,
Is there any place that you like after a gig? You're like, hey, they're open late. I'm going to here stop here.
not
No,
really.
no.
I'll go to a real bar and eat real good bar food, real burger.
Well, they're all
know,
real burgers.
real
They're
chicken.
real.
Well, should I say a
Quality
quality burger?
quality or
Yeah,
premium
the way
burger.
I
Yes,
want it, or a grilled chicken sandwich.
Crossfire said back in England, this is when he was a young lad. I would use the word lad because again, you're a British term there. They would go and get kebabs. They have right there. There's places open late.
Chicken
There's
satay.
I saw a taco place open. We went past it. They have a few locations here in Chicagoland. We were going past at 2 o'clock in the morning. They were open. Sean, what's your go-to place?
Popeyes if it's open. Otherwise, we got a Whataburger right down the road. They're 24 hours. So if it's a late night,
one of
I'll
those
usually
now.
hit up Whataburger. Wendy's, they're at 1 a.m. So really just
McDonald's,
depends where I'm at and what's
McDonald's,
open.
Burger King, they're all the same.
Yeah. So Varsity, but they close early.
I wish Culver's would stay open late. I've yet to see a Culver's that's 24 hours because they don't serve breakfast.
No. And most of them 10 o'clock on weekends, and I think like 9 sometimes during the week.
Usually
Crazy.
it's 10 for weekdays and then weekends 11 because they want that
I think ours
ice
is
cream
9 and
traffic for
10
the
here.
custard.
But
So
Popeyes my go-to.
Popeyes,
Spicy chicken sandwich.
there we go, and of course their apple pie. They deep fried their apple pie still, so can't go wrong with
Yeah.
that. And of course, I know your friends up in Wisconsin. They talk about Quick Trip with a K, not the
Yes.
QT, which is we have here in Chicago. New to Chicago is QT, Quick Trip with a Q. Quick Trip Wisconsin and Minnesota, which your friends and you know very well, has a
Oh, yeah.
totally different.
Staple.
Yep. And
Get
they
fried
have
chicken, burgers, hot dogs, cheese-filled breadsticks, cheese curds, mozzarella sticks, soups, everything, all at the gas station.
and also
Quick
we have
Trip
K-
with K
Mock
is
of that here in New
superior
York.
to the Q.
we have Casey's here, and the Casey's here, the company they bought in Chicagoland, their Casey's is known for their pizza, and they're based out of Iowa. Their pizza's okay. It's not.
Yeah.
It's okay. I wouldn't be
Honestly,
like, oh
Quick
my
Trip's
god,
got
best
better
ever.
pizza than Casey's.
I'm like keep hearing about, and when they change over to Casey's, I got one because I have the bigger Casey's by me. They're big stores. They have like the pizza and the sandwiches and stuff like that. They do a good amount of volume. They do a good amount of business, and I get diesel fuel from them. And they give me points, so I'm not going to complain about that.
Quick
But
Trip
talk
with the
about
Q's
points.
not bad though.
No,
They got some okay food in there.
yeah, Quick Trip. I because they're not down here. Next time I go up to Wisconsin, do a gig in Wisconsin, I definitely have to see about stopping at a Quick Trip and getting some food and trying some food out. They have. I got their
What's cool
donuts
there,
once. They were good.
they'll make you anything fresh. Anything they offer, if it's not out, you go there 3, 4 in the morning and they'll cook it for you.
Oh wow.
So they got really good chicken and waffle sandwiches. Those are good. But even like fried chicken, you want fried chicken at 3 a.m., they'll fry you up an 8-piece. So
Oh wow. Well, if you're getting hungry right now and you're like Matt running to get food, of course it's a little earlier out there in California, or if you want to hit up Joe for his console, for his part, for his tool, for the thing that you need, for that whole entire unit there, he's got a picture up right now. Again, his link is down below. Hit him up, talk to him. Great guy. Always great to have him on the show. Got to thank everyone here on the show tonight. As always, we love you guys. We love everyone on the show. Even though Matt thinks I do everything wrong, I do things right because I have a lot of customers. But Matt and I, this is the fun part with Matt. We love each other. We're all friends here, and it's the normal back and forth fun stuff that hopefully you guys are laughing out at home and laughing while you're watching. And again, I thank you all for watching and tuning in tonight. So with that said, Joe, do you want to do a? No, Joe does not like. Joe talks on a microphone, and yet he's afraid to say goodnight to everyone.
Good night. No, have Matt do it. He's your buddy.
Go ahead, Matt.
I'll
Go
do it.
for it.
Thanks for tuning into the round table. Wait, I don't even know. How does Hunter do it? Till next one. Peace out.
Good night, everyone.
Peace.